Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Zach, but you guys can call me Hazardous. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel, and welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 video here on the channel today. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and thank you so much for all your support. My recent videos, we actually hit 10,000 subscribers last night, so I have a special video going up later this weekend on the channel for you guys, and also a special 10,000 subscriber celebratory live stream. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything. 10,000 subscribers is awesome. I'm super happy we hit that, and I owe it all to you guys as the reason why that was possible. Today we have another Red Dead Redemption 2 Q&A video, so drop a like if you guys enjoyed and found today's video very enjoyable, as well as if you guys are new to the channel and enjoy all these daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos and live streams, feel free to subscribe. And also don't forget, if you want to win an Ultimate Edition copy of Red Dead Redemption 2, be sure to enter the giveaway, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at HazardousHDTV so I can talk with you guys in real time over on there. I tweet out when all my videos are going live on the channel so you guys can be the first ones to watch, as well as if you guys want to have your questions featured in next week's Q&A, make sure you go over onto my Twitter and you use hashtag HazardQA to get your questions asked, or in this video use hashtag HazardQA as well. I do a Q&A video every single week, so you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Without further ado though, let's just jump right into the first question. So the first question we have here comes from Orion Coyle, and he asks, if I pre-order the disc version of Red Dead Redemption 2, the Ultimate Edition, do you think I'll get a physical version of the treasure map? Hashtag HazardQA. And no, I don't think you'll be getting a physical version of the treasure map. Maybe if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition, you do get a physical version like you asked, but if you just pre-order the standard edition, you probably won't get that pre-order bonus of the treasure map. The Ultimate Edition, I think, has its own treasure map as well, but in terms of the pre-order bonus treasure map, I don't think you'll be receiving that in either the standard or Ultimate Edition. But thank you so much for asking your question. John Marston asks, people are whining about Rockstar locking side missions behind a paywall. In my opinion, they kind of have the right to do that since games are now a lot more expensive to make. What's your opinion? Well, my opinion on this is that, one, Rockstar isn't really locking missions behind a paywall. I mean, essentially, if you want to get technical, yes, they are, because they're putting it in pre-order bonuses and DLC and microtransactions and things like that, but it's not story missions that are locked behind this paywall. It's nothing like that. These are just extra things. So the fact that Rockstar is locking missions behind a paywall, I mean, they're in the special edition. It wouldn't really be that much of a special edition if you didn't get any special content like missions or anything like that, you know? There would be no point in paying extra money for the special edition if you didn't get any additional items that other players didn't buy with their $60 copy. So that's kind of my opinion on it. The third question we have today comes from Dark Raven Dove, and he says, what do you think about PS4 getting DLCs earlier? Thanks for the awesome vids, bro. Thank you so much, Dark Raven Dove, and thank you for asking your question. I like the fact that we have timed exclusivity for Red Dead Redemption 2. This time around, it's going to be with PlayStation, and so that's kind of cool. I mean, would I like Xbox and PS4 to get their DLC at the same time? Yes. I don't even know how this exclusivity is going to work. The pre-order and the special edition bonuses are the same on both consoles, but maybe this time around when they release a new horse in Red Dead Redemption 2 online or some type of DLC item, maybe PS4 gets it a week early. What we've seen in Call of Duty is that PS4 or Xbox One, depending on whichever the timed exclusivity rights are and with what console they go with, then we see that console system getting the DLC a month earlier, which I think is a little bit too long and it's a little bit overkill, but that's what I think. So thank you so much for asking your question. Dante the Forsaken asks, if the leaked map for RDR2 is real and we are allowed to swim and use boats, how do you think Rockstar will halt players from exploring the old RDR2 map? And also, do you think Rockstar will fix a lot of the issues and glitches with Red Dead Redemption's multiplayer in Red Dead Redemption 2? So to answer the first part of your question, I truly have no idea. I've gone over this a couple times on the channel and in my live streams, kind of theorizing on how people can get blocked out of the map. Whatever you think of, it probably won't make sense. And think about it this way. In the leaked version of the Red Dead Redemption 2 map, we have West Elizabeth. And I always thought, how could people get across the big river by the waterfall? And, you know, you could put a mountain in the way, you could put infinite water, you could make players not be able to swim. You could think of anything, but all those things will take players out of the game. It will stop people from being immersed in the game. You could put up a invisible kill wall. You could put up like a timed kill wall. You know, when you enter the area, it says turn back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 until you die. Something like that. That'll all take away from the immersion of the game and the realisticness of Red Dead Redemption 2. The only way to prevent players from accessing these parts of the map is to not prevent players from accessing these parts of the map. That's why I think that Red Dead Redemption 1's map will return in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, theorizing about this doesn't confirm or deny any of these things from happening. Maybe they will put a kill wall, but we've never seen something like that from Rockstar before, and I don't think they would take that route. The other thing we have to think about is Thieves Landing. People have been like, well, they could just remove Thieves Landing from the map and not allow you to go further, but that's what I mean, is it just doesn't make sense if you do something something like that, because we've all played Red Dead Redemption 1 and we know that there's so much more to the map beyond Thieves Landing. So the fact that it wouldn't exist, or that there would be a mountain there, or just infinite plains that you can't access, or just water, it just would not make sense. So I don't know how they're going to prevent us from accessing that part of the map. And I do think that Rockstar will fix a lot of the issues and glitches in Red Dead Redemption 2's multiplayer as well. Thank you so much for asking your question. Eladonna asks, in this Q&A you mentioned that Arthur Morgan might have a weight gain loss mechanic. Do you think that this is something that may affect horses, and as in chubby and skinny horses, based off how much we feed them or not? It seems that they added draft horses, heavy and large horses. Do you think things like donkeys and ponies might be added? For Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, is it possible that there will be something like horse insurance, just like the car insurance in Grand Theft Auto Online? Love this channel, keep it up. Thank you so much for asking your question, Eladonna. Thanks for the support. So to answer the first part of your question, that was just part of the Q&A, was talking about the weight gain and loss mechanic. And I think if we see something like that, it will be effective on horses and other animals as well. We can have chubby horses, we can have skinny horses. We saw skinny horses in Red Dead Redemption 1. They were really frail and bony, and they didn't run as fast, and they also died with less shots if you shot them. So I think we're gonna see things like that, especially since we see like those large Clydesdales and war horses and Ardennes horses and all those crazy things. And I do think we'll see donkeys and ponies added to the game as well. I really hope they add back in like the zebra donkey and the albino buffalo and the buffalo and cattle and things like that. That would be great to see. And then as for RDR2 Online horse insurance, I don't think it's going to be anything like Pegasus and Moore's Mutual Insurance or anything like that, but I do think that you will get a high wanted level for killing someone's horse in online, and the cops will come after you in full force. Maybe something like that just to prevent you or dissuade you from doing it, but I feel like there will be some way to have horse insurance in the game. I know that sounds kind of silly, but there is going to be a method on getting your horse back if someone kills it without having to pay money for a new horse. Thanks for asking your question. Question number 6 comes from Dutch Vanderland, and he asks, do you think destruction will be a thing in Red Dead Redemption? For example, I shoot a shotgun at a wall and it leaves a mark for a while. Love your videos. Thanks so much for the support, Dutch. And I do think destruction is going to be a thing in Red Dead Redemption 2. We've already heard of leaks for destruction in Red Dead, but I don't think it's going to be anything crazy with like destroying buildings and things like that. But for your example, if you shoot a wall with a shotgun, it's going to leave a mark, right? I think that would be great to see that bullet hole for almost all eternity. It never gets fixed unless an NPC character fixes that part of the building or something like that. I'd like to see physics with fire, kind of like the fire spread in Far Cry 5, and I would like to see some type of mini destruction. Maybe if you shoot out the pillars holding up like a canopy or some balcony of a building, maybe the balcony would collapse. Nothing like completely leveling the building like in Battlefield, but just different destruction. Maybe like the close quarters DLC of Battlefield 3, where you could blow up the interiors of buildings and take out chunks of walls and things like that. That would be great to see, Dutch. Question number 7 comes from Darius, and he asks, do you think Red Dead Redemption 2 Online will be available on release day? Also love your vids, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the support. And I do think that Red Dead Redemption 2 Online actually won't be available on release day. I think they're going to delay it again, just like we saw with GTA 5. Now, I think they did that because of problems, and they didn't necessarily really care if people enjoyed the story or not. But I did like the fact that Online came 2 weeks after the release of GTA 5, and I hope we see maybe even a month delay for the Online of Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I would love to make Red Dead Redemption 2 Online videos right off the bat for you guys, but we need some time to soak up the story, and this is a great opportunity for Rockstar to act upon that wish. Question number 8 comes from Drew Benoit, and he asks, would you like to see a photo mode like in the new Assassin's Creed or The Last of Us? 100% Drew, I would like to see some type of Rockstar editor / photo mode, kind of like we've seen in the new Assassin's Creed, The Last of Us, and previous Rockstar games. The Snapmatic version in GTA 5 really isn't that fantastic. I would like to see more options, kind of like the Fortnite theater mode, where you can adjust aperture and all that stuff, and you don't necessarily have to do it in your own Photoshop mode or anything like that. I would like to see full customization, truly like we have a camera in the game. That would be excellent, Drew. Thank you for asking the question. Question number 9 comes from JT, and he asks, do you think there will be a backup gang members that we can get for offline free roam like there was in Grand Theft Auto 4? So I do think that we could see some version of that. Maybe you can't take like the notorious gang members like Javier Escuela, Dutch Vanderland, or Bill Williamson out on, robberies or anything with you, but maybe you could take the less important gang members that are kind of cycled through, the ones that usually die and things like that and are replaced very quickly. You can take those guys out like backup. They had Fangs for Hire and Guns for Hire in Far Cry 5, which would allow you to have like some companions join you on missions, and I think we will see some types of features like that in Red Dead Redemption 2. Question number 10 comes from Irish. He asks, do you think Red Dead Redemption 2 will feature injuries from bullet wounds, like Arthur might limp if he gets shot until he heals? Now, that is a leak that came out recently, and I talked about it on the channel, and I do think that Red Dead Redemption 2 will feature injury physics just like that. Even IGN talked about that as well, and I think that's going to be in the game. It's going to be very realistic in that sense. I would like to see them take it a step further though, and not just like if Arthur gets shot in the leg, he could start limping, but if he gets shot in the arm, he can't use that arm anymore for dual wielding a gun or maybe, you know, he can't use that arm to even use a two-handed weapon like a shotgun or a repeater rifle. He needs to use a sidearm with the one arm that wasn't shot. I think that would be a great feature, Irish, and I would like to see that in the game for sure. D13 Go asks, do you think there will be bullet fall from weapons in Red Dead Redemption 2? That is something that hasn't been asked on the channel before, and I think that is absolutely amazing. I would love to see some type of bullet drop physics in Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe not in online, because that could get a little tedious if you're trying to shoot someone from long range, but definitely in the story, if you're trying to snipe someone, I would like to see some type of bullet drop. Maybe Rockstar has factored that into the mode already, and some of your shots miss depending if you're on foot and moving or you're very inaccurate on a horse. I feel like they're gonna do things like that, but who knows if we're gonna see bullet drop and bullet fall physics like in Battlefield and games like that. That would be something that is super neat to see, and I would like to see that. D13. Thank you for asking the question. Question number 12 comes from Max Holden, and he says, do you think that the game timeline will be from 1899 to 1906 to see John Marston get shot? And when John Marston gets shot, I think it's on the wreck of Serendipity that we've seen from Red Dead Redemption 1 in 1906, and I do think that could possibly be the ending, Max. A lot of people are theorizing about time jumps in Red Dead Redemption 2, and 7 years is not too much of a time jump. Maybe we could see the progression of the gang over time, sort of like The Last of Us, when you go from fall to winter to spring to summer and you go through all the seasons. Maybe we could see something similar to that. I think that would be absolutely insane, and I would really like to see that in the game. I think that would be pretty scary as well, kind of like, you know, going through all the different seasons and seeing the time jumps and just how the gang has kind of fallen apart in the time. That way you could show like the decline of the gang could start in 1899 and it gets completely disbanded in 1906 when John Marston gets shot, and I would like to see some feature like that in the game, and I think that's very plausible for Rockstar to do as well. So thank you so much for asking your question. Fire321 asks, do you think that Red Dead Redemption 2 will release on PC, and if it does, will you buy it? If it does release on PC, you bet your ass I can buy it. I need to get content out on PC for you guys. I'll be owning Red Dead Redemption 2 on every single console. Right now I just have it pre-ordered for the PlayStation 4, but as the channel grows and I would do live streams and everything, I want to be able to open up the lobbies to people on other consoles who may not have a PS4. So I will be getting it on Xbox One, PS4, and PC eventually, just PS4 for right now. And also I do think that Red Dead Redemption 2 will release on PC. I feel like Red Dead Redemption 1 was just a fluke, and since the coding was awful, maybe it was tough to make a PC version of the game. But GTA 5 came out on PC, so it would kind of be weird for them to release GTA 5 on PC and not to release Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC. Now that's not to say it will come out on release day. We're gonna see it down the road, kind of like GTA 5, how it came out. It came out in spring of 2015, so it was a year and a half after release, but we could see something like that for sure with the Red Dead Redemption 2. And the last question asked, question number 14, comes from Farouk Jr., and he asked, will we be able to drive boats? That would be awesome. I hope we were able to drive boats, either canoes or kayaks. Maybe we can even have yachts in the game in the form of like the gambling river boats, like the wreck of Serendipity that we've seen in Red Dead Redemption 1. Obviously it would just be called the Serendipity then, because it's not actually wrecked yet, but that would be cool if we would be able to drive boats and own boats and things like that. Who knows if it's in the game? What we've seen is people riding canoes, so we know that there are types of boats in the game, but who knows if we will be able to use them. It really wouldn't make sense if we can use them, so I feel like Rockstar will implement it into the game in some way. A lot of the things that we didn't have in Red Dead Redemption 1, like swimming and boats and all those things, were just because that's what happened, you know, back in 2010. Whatever the reason was, they've moved on from that. Rockstar will be including all different types of water mechanics, water physics, swimming, all that type of stuff in Red Dead Redemption 2. It just wouldn't make sense if it wasn't in the game. So thank you so much for asking all your questions, guys. I did 14 today because we hit 10,000 subscribers, so I wanted to make sure I answered some extra questions. Usually I answer between 10 and 12, so I answered an extra 4 today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys all enjoyed your day and enjoyed this video. Definitely drop a like if you guys enjoyed, found the information helpful, as well as if you are new to the channel and enjoy all these daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos and live streams and all this Red Dead Redemption 2 content I upload every single day on the channel. Feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. Like I said, apartment tour and gaming setup going up soon this weekend, as well as a special 10K celebratory live stream for you guys. You guys all mean so much to me, and I really am super grateful and super thankful to have you guys all on the channel. We're just gonna keep growing the channel, and I cannot wait until Red Dead Redemption 2 releases. And until next time, in the next Red Dead Redemption 2 Q&A, I am out. See you next time. Adios, amigos.